everybody.
Oh
Welcome
God.
to join us on CGTN live streaming on the celebrations of Tibetan New Year. We are here at Linha village, about 30 kilometers away from Tibet Autonomous Region, the capital city of Lhasa.
Oh my gosh, Meng, I've never started a live stream this way before.
Yeah.
I almost ran away from the firecrackers.
Yes.
We're here because it's a very important day on the Tibetan calendar today. We're only 2 days away from the Tibetan New Year, known as Losar, and today is the 29th of the lunar calendar. And today is a day called Gutor, which is focused on religious activities aimed at driving away all the evil spirits and misfortunes.
This is a very important ritual. The fire torches over there.
Right.
Yeah, the lighting
So if we can,
it's a very effective means to dispel the evil spirits and ghosts.
Right.
But according to local culture, we need to stay quiet. Okay. We just take a look at the burning torches over there.
So should we
now we can see that the torches are now burnt, and this is a way for locals to dispel the ghosts and the evil spirits. And you know, today also marks the new start of the whole celebrations of the Tibetan New Year, also known as the Losar Festival. Right.
So, as I said before, today is Gutor, and it's aimed at, the whole point of today is various kinds of religious activities aimed at driving away all the bad stuff and leave all the bad stuff in the past year, and to start the new year with blessings and auspice. So should we just slowly move away so we could talk louder? We prepared...
Just to check out the local surroundings, the people in the local communities are now burning the torches as a way to dispel the ghosts.
Right. So we prepared a lot of lines to tell our audience what today is all about, where we are, all the background information about the live stream today. But as soon as the firecracker started, I forgot about it all because that was just not something that I anticipated.
Yes, not that familiar experience.
Right.
Actually, this is my first time to join the Tibetan locals and to celebrate the Tibetan New Year. This is my first time.
But should we just go back and tell our audience again where we are in the city of Lhasa, which is the capital city, as you said before, but I'm not sure if your voice got killed by the firecrackers, which is the capital city of Tibet Autonomous Region in southwest China. It's also the spiritual, religious, cultural, and economic hearts of all Tibetan regions in China, the culmination of the Tibetan Buddhism culture. A lovely city. We're about 30 kilometers away from it, but we're 3,000 meters above sea level. So the altitude is quite high. Let's just slowly walk back to the...
I think we need to wait a little bit until the locals finish the burning of the torches.
Okay, is that so?
And then we need to follow them all the way back to their courtyard. I know there's some activities on the agenda on today's celebration of Gutor.
Because it's not just about religious activities. There's also an element of fun. We're going to leave a little cliffhanger here. We're not going to tell you what it is, but stay tuned in. We promise it's going to be very, very interesting.
Okay, so 请摄像老师看一下后面啊. So we can take a look at the fire over there. In the field, and also we can see that the village is far away distance. It's not lighting the fireworks. So this is the initial step to dispel the ghost. It's also a way to celebrate the coming of Tibetan New Year.
Yes, of course. And I think the fire burning is a symbol of burning all the misfortunes of the past year. And you can see the sound of firecrackers behind us. Every family engages in this ritual at around the same time, something right after sunset, right? So yeah, it's about, 8 o'clock p.m. local time now? 8:05 p.m. now. So there's, on the plateau, the sun has just set.
Yeah, okay. Now, I think we can go back and to join the next part of the celebrations.
Right. Just watch out for this.
Okay, be careful.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, be aware of this coming cars. This is a road.
And our image might get a little bit shaky just because it's a kind
Okay,
of
be
hard
careful.
for our cameraman.
Everybody, be careful.
Right.
Okay, this is another part. The fireworks.
Is that all? This kind
think
of scared me a little bit,
so
actually.
it's not safe for us to
I'm
join them?
Yes, I'm a little hesitant to walk ahead right now.
Hello, everybody. Just to remind you, we're now about 5 minutes into this live streaming of the celebrations of the Tibetan New Year. We're now at a local village in Lin'an, about 30 kilometers away from Lhasa, Tibetan Autonomous Region. You can see the whole neighborhood is now lighting up the sky with the fireworks. It's a very beautiful scene. It's also heralds the starting of the new year, right?
Right. With color and sound.
So usually the New Year celebration in other parts of China, especially for Han people, falls on the last day of December on lunar calendar. But today here in Tibet, the local people celebrate it on the 29th day of December on the Tibetan calendar, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, which is the typical Spring Festival Eve, New Year's Eve for the majority of people in China, is going to be a fairly idle day for Tibetan people, actually.
So even so, they're idle. They're all preparing for the New Year, for the very first day of the New Year, right? Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
I'm not even sure if the audience can hear us talk.
Yeah, I think this is a very beautiful moment. We just leave it there, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
With the fireworks, the cars, the dogs barking.
Celebrating the Tibetan New Year.
And we can see locals are holding out their cell phones to take videos of the firecrackers, fireworks as well.
Yeah.
Do you think it's safe
they
for us
already
to...
taken the colorful Tibetan costumes.
Right, but it's kind of dark, and I'm not sure if it's safe for
So we
us
need to check
walk
out
ahead
we
right now.
approach them closer.
I think we can, because they're fairly close to the fireworks as well. 你好，扎西德勒。
Losa Jasdele.
Losa Jasdele.
Yeah. Lady first. Lady first. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's okay. So let me introduce to you
This auntie Kata.
They made of silk. Right?
And this is how Tibetan people extend their well wish to, especially to visitors. And
something like a ceremonial staff.
Right.
Yeah.
And this auntie is also putting on these kadas to our cameraman. So excuse the shaky images. Tibetan
Thank you
people
so much.
are known to be hospitable, friendly people.
Okay. Let's come closer.
Yes.
I think the locals are not gathering all there.
It's actually quite cold outside. Are you feeling fine? I think it's something like minus 10 degrees outside right now.
Okay. Just delay. Okay. Okay. 好。今天高兴吗？高兴。今天是什么日子？ Can you introduce a little bit about the festival today?
过年前最重要的日子。
What's the name? 你的名字是什么？大根。 Okay, Dagen just told me this is the most important day for the New Year celebrations. Okay. Oh, we can see that there's something on the table over there, right?
Right.
您能给我们介绍一下那个桌子上是什么东西吗 So what are the things now placed on the table over there?
出来之后，桌子上必须要有东西吃，或者是必须要喝点酒，或者是喝点酥油茶。
是给谁吃呢？
这都是我们自己吃的。
So this is something like the local desserts and drinks. Is now specially prepared for local staff because during the I think it's kind of labor work, celebrating everything, arranging the things, doing the cleaning up the whole day. And now they need to drink something and enjoy something.
Right. Are they going to do the drinking here?
我们可以过去看吗 Can we come closer? Okay. Hi, Toya, you know what's that over there?
Let me check it out. I know this is probably barley.
Yeah.
Highland barley probably.
Okay.
这个是青稞 Yes, this is barley, and this is I think this is butter. 这个呢？
这个是酥油。
哦，这个是酥油 butter. And this is 这个是下面的这个粉。
这是糖，这是糖。
这个呢？粉，这个是粉。藏巴。This is tampa, which is made from.
The staple food for local Tibetans,
Right. It's made from barley as well.
Okay. So.
A very, like I said before, a very special kind of barley too.
Okay, so we'll be here for a couple of days. So do you enjoy the local taste of samba?
Samba, I mean, I don't mean to be offensive, but samba doesn't taste like any. I mean,
okay.
It doesn't have any taste.
Okay.
Is that fair?
You know, I enjoy it to a certain extent on my first tasting, but
Right.
I just cannot continue my enjoyment on this tamba. I will try to adapt to this flavor.
Do you know one time when I was in a Tibetan region, what they served us for breakfast was rice rinsed in yak milk and salt. So I could feel their hospitality.
Hello, Jessie Dele.
Jessie Dele.
We got
Happy New Year.
from villages here. Thank you so much, Jessie Dele.
Thank you.
谢谢，谢谢。
Jessie Dele.
Okay.
How many of these do you think we're gonna get today?
I think this is a very special way for
Yes.
Tibetans to greet guests.
Yes,
right?
yes. It feels so warm too.
Yeah, and this adds much festivity to today's event.
It
right?
does. It really does.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go and check out what the local people are now doing, right? Okay. 好。你好，你好，哎，我们是中央电视台的记者，正在做直播。然后，请问您怎么称呼？
我今天晚上那个过普渡节嘛，
过普渡节，
高高兴兴，我们在藏族那个过普渡节的那个高高兴兴，是高高兴兴。就这些的嘞。
Okay, I just talked with this gentleman. It seems everybody is so much enjoying the festival moment here, right?
Right.
Okay.
But we do have a little bit of a difficulty communicating with the local people because most of them are not very, very fluent in Mandarin. They speak their local Tibetan language.
Yeah.
So a bit of a problem in our communication, but not that big of an issue.
Yeah.
So should we?
Yeah, let's go there and check out what people are preparing now for today's Gutor celebrations. Okay.
Don't you just love this? People dressed in traditional Tibetan costume, dresses, garments, and
this is very colorful, especially for females,
colorful.
right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I do want to go check out their dress too.
Okay.
We have more firecrackers here. Save
So,
for later,
just
probably.
like we said, we'll be here for several days, and the altitude here is about 3,600 meters above sea level. And what about you? Do you have the altitude sickness?
I'm fine. I'm tiny. I don't need a lot of oxygen. What about you? I know you haven't been feeling so well.
I just
lately.
survived this. You know, on the first day, I got dizziness and nausea, but after that, everything turned out to be okay for me.
Yeah, it
I'm
takes
enjoying everything here, the festive atmosphere.
Right. It takes a couple of days for you to adapt, and then after that, you kind of. I think a lot of it is in your mind too. If you don't care about the altitude sickness, then it bothers you less. So don't worry yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So everybody, we are now doing a live streaming on the celebrations of the Tibetan New Year. And
we're live for
you know,
you.
what's the exciting activities on the agenda of today's celebrations?
I actually do. Do you know why? Because I've been here for a couple of days, and I did a couple of reports on Tibetan culinary culture.
Yeah.
So I know a thing or two about the kind of food, the kind of things that they eat and drink. But before that, the owner of the house is here. So should we introduce them to our audience
Yeah,
first?
sure. Okay.
你好，大哥大姐，你这个重不重？用不用先放下？我想跟您说两句话，行吗？您叫什么名字？
我叫黎邦安。
李邦安。
对。
然后那个大姐叫什么名字呢？
边巴多玛。
This is Mr. Li Bang An and this is Miss Bimba Zoma and this is their daughter. 你叫什么名字？
淡娟罗真。
罗真。So this Mr. is actually from Han region. He's not from Tibetan region. He's not a Tibetan, but he's been staying put here after he met his wife. So a combination of Tibetan and Han culture.
Yeah.
那我们进去吧，大哥大姐。
So I'm very curious what's inside this. Okay.
Yeah, you're curious?
Yeah. You know what's inside that?
Yes, of course. I'm the food expert now.
Okay.
Remember?
I'm now going to
Some
follow
ego there.
the owners and to check out what's inside the pot. And then, I will continue the live streaming on CGTN app. And then Taoyuan will do a TV live
Yes,
shortly
I'm
afterwards,
gonna
right?
have to say goodbye to you for
Okay.
a short time right now.
Yeah, please.
Because I just want to take this chance to tell our audience that we're not only live on our social media platforms right now, I'm also going to go live on our television shows, Channel 24, in just a couple of minutes. So I'm going to go into the living room to get ready for the TV live. Meanwhile, serve us some good food.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay. So everybody, this is a very typical interior part of Tibetan household. Let's take a little bit of time to introduce you a little bit about the patterns here. This is the murals on the local household walls, the tigers and the local heroes, right? 你好，加西德勒，加西德勒，好，请进，请进，好 ，Please come in. 请您给我介绍一下这里是这些壁画是什么意思好吗 ？Can you introduce a little bit about the drawings here?
那个习惯嘛，那个叫壶，这个壶，这个是那个就是那个壶嘛壶，壶大，我们藏族说是大。这样。说不得地，说不得地。
是什么意思呢？是
这个是家里面的那个平时安全呀、身体呀这些都挺好的，这个意思。
Okay, I just now got the information from this gentleman that the drawing indicates the safety for everybody because the tiger is a very strong animal to protect everybody. So it's a local art. And what about that one? 哎，请问这里是什么？这是非常有当地特色的这个图案吗？是什么意思？
我们藏族的那个藏族的那个图画。
是表达什么意思？这是？
这个我不好说的，这个我有。
就是当地大家都喜欢这种图案，是千百年传承下来的，是吧？Okay, all the patterns have been passed down for thousands of years among the locals, and this is the typical interior part of a Tibetan household. Okay, and we can also see that each of the entrance of the door has been decorated with kada. And in Tibetan culture, the kada means purity. It will bring good fortune to locals. It's also another way to greet the guests, like Taoyuan and I just received the kadas from the local villagers. Okay, let's now go inside to check out how everything has been prepared, okay? Well, hello, you see Taoyuan is there, is now preparing the TV live. Hey, Taoyuan, how are you now?
I'm fine. I'm just getting ready for the TV live. I'm a little bit nervous right now because we're going live not just on social media, but also on TV. I think this is one of the first times that we've done this. So a little nervous. I'm not sure how things are going to be working out, but definitely enjoying the festive mood.
Have you got an idea about what's the things inside the pot?
Yes, because I'm the food expert.
Okay, yeah.
No, some ego there. But why don't we meet with the family first?
Okay, yeah. I will leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, we're now doing a live streaming on Tibetan New Year celebrations, and today is a Gutor, falls on the 29th day of December according to Tibetan calendar. And everybody here is now, sitting there for preparing for a special ceremony. Let's join them, okay? 你好，你好，哎， 我现在跟你们坐在一起，一起来庆祝这个节日哈。I'm going to join you to celebrate this big occasion. 那您介绍一下这是什么食物好吗？So what's the food over there?
这个叫做藏语的叫做卡塞，也就是我们说那个三根排里，还有
是油炸的，
油炸的。
哦。So the Tibetan name is kasai, is deep fried. 是用什么做的呢？What's the ingredients of that? Oh, it's flour, right? The wheat flour, 小麦面粉是吧？OK， 你们经常做这个吗 ？So do you cook these things often? 过节才
过节就做。
哦，那要做多少次？一年有多少个节日啊？藏族这个？
也就是主要是过春节时候是最严重的，过藏历年的时候。
Okay. So this kasai usually taken during the New Year celebrations is a very important, very local, very special food. And what about that one? 那个是什么呢？
那个是点心。
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think I still have 10 minutes before the TV live.
Hey, welcome to join us.
So,
Okay.
do you care if I join in?
Uh-huh.
Because I am interested in topics relating to food because I think that's one of the best ways to kind of explore a exotic culture, right?
Yeah. So today I know you are now an expert of food, right? And yesterday you did live streaming
Well,
on
that
the
was a
local
joke. That was supposed to be a
cuisine,
joke.
right?
Yeah. Well,
Introduce us more about the local food,
I
right?
did some reports and research on Tibetan local food, and apparently the kasai that you just said is a type of deep fried dough snack. Tibetan biscuits, Tibetan cookies, maybe you can see it as that. And I think one of the things that fascinate me about this kind of snack is that it can come in various shapes and sizes. So sometimes it can be huge in the shape of a donkey ear. That's sort of like a symbol of a religious offering to the Buddha. But then they also make them in small bite-sized dough sticks or, diamond-shaped little. This one, I think, is long, and sometimes they're sweet, sometimes they're slightly salty.
Have a try. Okay, try.
Do you want to have a try?
Thank you.
And the color all comes from natural pigmentation, so from plants and flowers. So it's not bad for your health.
Hey, I just noticed why the local snacks are all sweet. 为什么所有这都是甜食呢？大家喜欢吃甜的东西吗？
这个他们有那个习惯。比方说，就是最普通的是喝个酥油茶的，喝那个甜茶，它都是带甜味。哦，对，像这个也都是甜食。
Yeah. The local people enjoy a special type of tea, the yak butter tea, and also the sweet tea. I was told 2 years ago when I arrived in Tibet that you're going to taste the tea because it's going to cure your altitude sickness. And I tried both times. I enjoy it so much.
Because I think butter tea is supposed to be really good for you. It's made of yak milk, so it's supposed to make you very strong. That's why it helps with your altitude sickness as well. And it also helps so much with chapped lips. Because I said before, it's really, really dry up here, and your lips get very, very uncomfortable. So drinking butter tea is one way to kind of alleviate that kind of discomfort.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So can I just have Lojin stand up because I think her dress is so beautiful. Lojin, 能不能站起来给我们展示一下你的衣服？你穿的这个是小孩子穿。So what she's wearing is for little children. 小孩子和大人的衣服有什么区别？
大的有很大的，小的呢就是很漂亮的。
She says children's dresses are prettier, are more beautiful. 那给我们看看你妈妈的裙子跟你的有什么不一样，可以吗？How's hers different from? Why do you get this apron? 为什么你的裙子前面可以有这个围腰？
大人穿的嘛。
哦，大人只有结婚了的人才能穿。Okay, so only married women can wear this kind of apron. She's too small for that, but she knows a lot about her culture, and she's later tonight she's going to tell us more about the Gutor festival, which we're celebrating today.
So let me introduce a little bit about the gentleman's costumes, okay? You can see, yeah. 请您站起来，我们介绍您的衣服好吗？哎，请问这个衣服穿起来舒服吗 ？Are you comfortable with this costume?
挺好的，
挺好的。Pretty good, right?
不冷。
哎，为什么这个袖子只有一边呢 ？Why is just one sleeve on the other side, right?
这是一个藏族的风俗习惯。对，这个必须要给它脱掉，这个要穿上。
Okay.
比方说像有人敬酒啊什么的，这个是比较方便一点。
Oh, okay. So actually, this serves two purposes. One is for the labor work, and you can actually liberate the other hand to do other things, and also for ceremony occasions, you can use the hand to deliver toast to others, right? Okay. And yeah, 这是用什么材料做的呀？ What's the material for these Tibetan costumes? 哦，羊毛。Okay. The goat wool. 哦，这些图案是什么意思呢？这些？啊 ，What's about the pattern? What's the meaning of the patterns? Traditional patterns 都是传承下来的，对吧？
传承下来，他们
哦，那这个看这是一个十字的，而这里非常的颜色很多，是吧？嗯 ，Yeah, this is a cross, very typical pattern in Tibetan culture, and this one is like a rainbow, different colors. Okay. 这些都是手工做的吗？
手工。
So all the costume here, they're not wearing kind of handmade. So it's really valuable things here, right? Yeah, please take a seat. Thank you so much. 谢谢您帮我们介绍哈。好。啊，我看您这房子还挺新的，特别漂亮。建了多久了呀 ？So how long have been living inside this house? Yeah.
OK. 建立了4年的这个房子。
OK. 花了多长时间来建立房子？
也就是2个月吧。2个月。
Well, it's amazing. It's a very efficient work. They spent like 4 months to construct the whole building, and it's been 4 years time. 那这里的这个装修啊，这些家具什么都很有藏族的这个特色哈。这些也是哪里来买来的？是
那在这个都是在拉萨那个家具城里面买的。
哦，对，当地人都是这样的家具吗？
全部都是。
Okay. So we can take a look at the furnitures here. So the local people really enjoy the patterns here, and so everybody's equipped with so many different furnitures. And yeah, 那给我们简单介绍一下今天这个庆祝活动还有哪些内容好吗？提前透露一下。Can you share with me a little bit what are the activities on the agenda?
藏历古都它关键就是1年的到了那个年尾了，也就是快过年了，大年30了。家里面这个大扫除，全部都要搞得干干净净的。过完过后，弄是吃那个古兔，古兔就是那个古都是古代表的是酒，古兔都是图都是图巴。也就是现在等一会儿我们要这上面这个
就是这个
就是
古兔里面
就是古兔。因为这里面有9种材料，原材料做成的，有什么那些酥油啊、糌粑呀，这里面还有牛肉，有人参果、萝卜等等的，还多得很，有青稞，总共有9种材料。吃这个古兔的时候是代表那个藏历新年29年。
我先翻译一下，好吧？谢谢您，谢谢。好，先翻译一下。Okay, so today is a Gutor. Actually, this is not exactly the last day of the old year, but the local people, so according to the tradition, celebrate on the 29th day of Tibetan December, the month on Tibetan calendar. And just like the host told me a moment ago, that this one the whole day doing the cleaning work, making sure that everywhere is very clean, especially the kitchen. So this is a very important place because you're going to eat a lot of things right today for the celebrations. And just now we took you to the outside compound where a special ceremony to dispel the spirits and the devil, right? So this is another way to mark the new start of the Tibetan New Year. And just now, the host told me that they're gonna prepare some special food. I think it's now the right time to unravel the mystery. Actually, this is just the food, the gutu inside the pot. But later, we're gonna open the pot and to taste the gutu together with the local people. 这个古兔制作起来很麻烦吗？
非常的麻烦，因为这里面要有9种那个原材料，加上面粉，从早上都忙到中午基本上才做得好。
So they spend the whole morning preparing this gutu. It's a very complicated procedure. It does not only involve the expertise of making this, but also they fill inside a special stuff. And 那您刚才说这里边会有不同的东西，会有什么特殊的含义吧？是吧？
那个人参果，它都是这个常见的人参果，知道吧？还有那个糌粑， 它的古土就是有9种在里面的，所有的9种都在里面，9种原材料。
这些都是很常见的这个食材吗？
常见的食材，对。
Okay, so the locals put different ingredients into this Gutor food. It's something like noodle soup, and is especially enjoyed on the New Year's Eve on the 29th day of December. 你好，请问您这些骨头是谁做的呀？
我老婆做的。
哦，好，您是从哪里学会的做这种骨头食物啊？
以前我爸爸妈妈就我看见他知道学会了。
Okay, I just asked this lady how she inherited this technique. Actually, it's long before. It's a family and ethnic tradition for them to prepare this special food. Okay. 哦，你好。好，您做了吗？您做这个骨头了吗？今天家里都在。那您做了什么呢？ What did you do for this morning while everybody preparing for Gutor?
我做了猪。
做了什么？
猪。
是什么呢？
是面包。
面包是吗？Okay. Well, this little cute girl now is not involved in making this Gutor. He's preparing the Tibetan bread, right? 这个面包是你们也是经常吃的吗？
不是，他今年他是属猪的，小孩属猪，加上他租了个猪，今年是属猪。
Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, just to introduce you everybody. So today, this year, the coming year, 29 Tibetan New Year is actually the year of female earth pig, and this little girl just make a doll of pig shape, just to in a way to bring good luck for the new year. So that's a very interesting practice here. Okay. 那我们现在是不是可以来准备一下要吃骨头了 ？We're now preparing. 那我们盛起来吧。We're now preparing the Gutor. Yeah. 好，来盛一下，好。我帮你们，我和你们一起可以吗？可以。We'll join you to prepare this Gutor. Wow. Wow, it's a very fresh smell with vegetables, meat, and the dumplings-like things in this soup. So why there are some big ones, big dolls and small ones? 为什么有大的还有小的这个呢？
这个大的就是今年的一年的运程就在这里面。看吃到什么东西就是什么运气。今年。
Well, this is actually the most exciting part. The big dolls have some feelings inside. It's an opportunity for you to test your fortune in the coming year. Of course, this is not a very serious one. It's a light-hearted comments on one's fortune and the characters. We are now preparing Gutor for everybody in this room. It smells good. 我觉得这闻起来很好吃的感觉。
吃一点。
这一大盆是给多少人吃的 ？So how many people gonna enjoy the whole pot?
一家人吃这个。
Okay. So the part of Gutor is specially reserved for the whole family for today. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you can move a little bit over there, right? Yeah. Yeah. A bit. And now, Taoyuan, as I introduced you, is now going to do a live stream. It's going to do a live TV live. I'm going to hand over to Taoyuan now.
先看你的吧。
我先等一下，我们一会儿一起揭开这谜团好吗？先等一下再吃可以吗？行。哦，小姑娘已经开始喝汤了。Okay, so it seems that everybody so much anticipated this moment of eating Gutor. 我们先等一下，稍后我们再一起吃好吗？好。哦，这要先拿出来是吗？
We have 40 more seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Taoyuan is now going to join a TV Live, join China 24, and a special program of the whole celebration of the New Year. And now we'll hand over to Taoyuan now.
Autonomous region. Hello there, Taoyuan. How are villagers there celebrating Gutor and gearing up for the Tibetan New Year? They have some very unique customs there.
Yes, of course, Mama. As you can see, I'm now standing inside the home of a Tibetan family. We're going to meet with the family members in just a little bit. But first of all, a little bit about Gutor. You talked a little bit about how it falls on the 29th day of the last month of the year on the Tibetan calendar. And this day is all about religious activities aimed at driving out all the evil spirits, the misfortunes, the bad luck of the past year. So just now, I actually followed the local family as they observed the religious ritual. And I saw them, lighting torches, lighting firecrackers, and also burning various kinds of dry plants. So all of that is aimed at dispelling the evil spirits, the bad stuff of the past year, leaving it to the past year, and to ring in the new year with blessings and good fortune. But there's another very fun element to the Gutor celebrations. If we just pan the camera a little bit, this is where we get to meet the local family, the local Tibetan family, as well as Meng Qingsheng, my colleague, who's also live streaming for you on our social media platforms. So now I'm gonna be joining Meng Qingsheng, my colleague, and also this family as we start eating this. How come I don't have a bowl? Wow. So this is a very special food only to be eaten on this day. It's also called Gutor, which shares the same name as the festival. It's basically a kind of a special dough ball soup. So what's so special about it is, have you already eaten the big one? 你已经把大的, so what's so special, if you look at this big ball, there's actually different kinds of objects. Thank you. There are actually different kinds of objects or items stuffed in here. So for example, wool, charcoal, chili, salt, all kinds of that kind of stuff. So whatever you find in this ball is supposed to be kind of like a lighthearted comment on your character or a lighthearted forecast of your fortune for the coming year. So this family and my colleague have been waiting for me to dig in. So should we get started? 你先吃一个吧，罗真，你先把你这个打开看看它是什么。Can you open it and see? Are you nervous? 你紧张吗？要把它打开的时候？
有点紧张，打开。
有点紧张。
She said she's a little bit nervous to open this because it shows her fortune for the coming year, like I told you before. It seems like it's wool. 是羊毛。羊毛是什么意思？羊毛代表的是什么？ What does it mean? So this little girl found wool in her dough ball, and this is supposed to be symbol of purity. 然后，庆生，你吃到的是什么？庆生 ，What did you get in your dough ball? And what did you get?
But I'm not waiting for the host to explain the meaning.
Okay.
您继续说，请 Please continue to explain.
这个意思就是这都是它是繁的那个羊毛是繁起那个弄的。我们刚才打了个记号。
So he said this is counterclockwise twisted wool, and that's supposed to mean that you travel a lot.
I think this really suited my profession.
Oh, is this really? Yes. It means he travels a lot. He's never home. Now I'm ready to open mine.
因为这个是一年的那个运气。哦，可以，还可以。
这什么意思？
豌豆，豌豆
是聪明的意思吗？
I don't think I have anything in
也是
here.
到处，也是
I have barley in here. 我的是青稞。
这个青稞是什么意思
I've got barley in here.
青稞是什么意思？
青稞是什么意思？ What does this mean? I'm nervous too.
那个就是代表很好的意思，好的意思。
Anything specific? They said it means good fortune, but anything specific? 有没有更具体的意思？
藏语叫做
卡着。
是好运气的意思。好运气 ，good fortune.
It means I have very good fortune.
Yeah.
So I think
2019年运气可以。
good fortune for the coming year. So I think we all got something that's good. That's at least not negative, right?
So we celebrate it.
Right. So should we get started?
我们现在可以喝汤了，是吗？
So should we get started with the soup? And right now we're going to say goodbye to our audience on television. But just a reminder, we are also live for you on our social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Weibo, and our CGTN mobile app. So if you want to find out more about Gutor or Losar, the Tibetan New Year, stay tuned on our social media platforms. Back to you in the studio, Mama.
Thanks so much, Taoyuan. That's certainly a very interesting Gutor. And today we're going to continue our special series, Flavors of the Chinese New Year. we head to South Korea, where the New Year is called.
这个一年之中只能吃到一次是吗？
古兔一年只有一次。
So this is actually once in a year experience. So the local people will just take this Gutor once on this specific day, on the Gutor of the Tibetan calendar. Okay. Hey, Toyan. So you just finished your TV live.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's continue our live streaming.
I was more nervous about what I was going to find in the Gutor than the TV live. But fortunately, it's good. I was afraid to find a piece of charcoal inside. That would mean I have a black heart. So should we get started with the soup? Have you tried it?
Yeah, we just tried that. Yeah, we just tried that. Okay. So we need to finish the soup. So take a closer look. Okay. So we are now continuing our live streaming of the celebrations of the Tibetan New Year. And just now, everybody in the household enjoys the Gutor, and Toyan and I also joined the local. To have a taste of this Gutor, we are going to finish this soup. And then we join other today's celebrations.
So finding your fortune in dough balls like this is actually kind of like having fortune cookies, right? You think, Meng? Does anyone take it seriously? 你觉得你相信你在这个罗真，你相信你在这个里面发现的就是你自己的未来一年的运气吗？
是。
She said she believes it. 大哥，您觉得呢？就是您相信自己是找到了那个运气吗？
这个怎么说呢？一年的运程应该还是差不多的话，作为我的话，一年四季都在外面奔跑，像那个豌豆一样，放在桌子上盘子，它到处都在滚来滚去的，就是一年四季到处奔波，四处奔波。确实说的有点道理，这个。
Okay. Just the host is commenting on my fortune just now. I got this wool. It's kind of the pure wool, right? But it's indicating local culture that I need to travel a lot. This also suit my profession as a reporter. I traveled a lot, always on the road. But also, even though this is a very light-hearted way of commenting on one's characters, but everybody in this house seems to very much care about the result. And 您对这个结果满意吗？ Are you satisfied with the outcome?
非常满意，还是。
非常满意。Okay. So since you are satisfied with everything here, what are the other activities on today's agenda? 接下来我们有什么活动吗？
现在我们请邻居的过来做一下聚一聚，吃个喝点酒啊，欢快一下。
Okay, so the host needs to prepare a little bit for inviting the neighbors to join the celebrations. 那请你先去忙吧，好吧？
好的，
好嘞，我们稍后见哈。
Great that they're inviting the neighbors over to their house. I don't think you get in the cities anymore, right? Because
so actually I was told that each household taking roles to hosting such an event is like something. I don't like partying, right?
Well, but that's kind of good because you don't get it in the cities anymore.
Yeah.
You don't. I remember when I was little, you used to go to houses and just knock on the door to say Happy New Year. But I think cities make people grow apart really fast nowadays. So you're not that close, but you might not even know who your next door neighbor is. So I think this mechanism of hosting parties on special occasions, it's really quite nice. Quite
Actually, just echoing to what you said. The day before yesterday, I caught up with a Tibetan student, and he's now studying at Sichuan University, not that far away, maybe just more than 1,000 kilometers away. He's dedicated to coming back to Tibet after graduation because he so much enjoys the laid-back lifestyle here, enjoy the natural environment, everything here. So to a certain extent, it's already a great attraction for people both in Tibet and outside the region, right, from within China and from the international arena.
Of course, because the culture here is just so unique. I mean, the kind of natural environment as well. Although I have to say that the climate condition is quite harsh here, but it's also got striking beauty and rich culture and nice people. And you just can't find anything like it anywhere else in the world. So just to echo what you talked about your story, I hope young people going out and coming back, I hope they try to keep their culture alive rather than try to change it too much and turn Tibet, turn Lhasa into just like any other city in the world. And that would be quite a sad thing to see, right?
Yes, exactly. But I think it's a very convenient way. Actually, just to finish eating, and then we'll join like a
big celebration
like
is going to take place. Yes.
Wow. So this is the real occasion,
right? Right. Because I think tomorrow, the New Year's Eve, is actually going to be about spending time with your family. So this is when neighbors and friends get together to celebrate. And look at the piles of beers on the table.
So everybody's not preparing for this special things. We need to take a look here, right?
Sure,
okay.
Sure.
Take a little bit. Turn around in the house. And just now I introduced got very special designed furnishings. Yeah, I'm very curious about that stuff in the centerpiece.
See, I think that's called a tima.
Can you introduce us a little bit?
Well, I'm no expert on Tibetan culture, but I was told. I did my homework, but I'm nowhere close to, because it's such a rich culture, rich in history and religion. But I was told that this is barley wheat, and this is zampa. Again, that's made from barley, and that's a staple food for Tibetan people because it's easy to make and it's easy to keep. Since Tibetan people are a nomadic culture, it's very easy for them to bring this with them to eat when they go out to herd animals. So that's why zampa is such a... Yes, this is zampa, and this is barley seeds.
Can I take... Is that the same flavor we tried for breakfast?
I think so. I think there's nothing added in. Well, not before you do this. So what you have to do is, I have to use my left hand because I was told female people.
What's the philosophy behind that?
I have no idea. Nobody was able to give me a satisfactory explanation because I think a lot of it. Exactly. I think a lot of the reasons behind why people do certain things got lost. So people only remember what you're supposed to do, only remember the traditions, but not why you're supposed to do it this way.
So which hand should I use?
You should use the right hand.
Okay,
so no, start from here. Start from the barley seeds. If we can get a close.
Then from you, what's the rituals and procedures to follow?
Okay, so what happens is you have to grasp like a little
more, right?
Yes,
you will follow you, okay?
A little more.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you have to throw it 3 times. Okay, first to the sky, and then second to the earth. Right. Just throw 2, 3. So first to pay respect to the sky, to the heaven, second to pay your respect to the earth, and third to pay your respect to your family. And we do the same thing with the zampa. So you grab a small pinch, and then you throw 3 times. First to the heaven, second to the earth, and say you have to throw for a third time, but save something for yourself.
Okay.
So third time to pay respect to your family, and then you save a little for yourself. How does it taste?
I think the flavor is a little bit plain. It's not like the one that you for breakfast.
Yes, it's bland. It
but I can see there's some like the sweeteners, right?
Oh, right, the sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, this is barley again, which is also a hallmark in Tibetan culture, right?
Can't wait to join them.
No.
This is the most anticipated thing.
What you actually can't wait is to get the drinking started, I suppose.
Okay. So what about you? Are you drinking?
I'm still adapting to the altitude, so...
we got Tibetan music.
大哥，现在是要干什么了 ？What are we supposed to do now？ 你是要敬酒了吗？敬酒，那就开始吧。坐嘛。好。They're inviting us to sit down to join them.
Thank you. So we are joining the local people, celebrating the Gutor, and it's a very anticipated event for today, right?
For you, at least. The drinking.
Because I'm a drinker.
Do the Coke.
Okay.
Fortunately, the cups are small enough.
大哥您好，我们这个庆祝活动要持续多久啊
2个多小时。
It's gonna be 2-hour celebration. We're gonna stay here, joining them, right?
Great food, great music, great drinks, why not?
Yeah. Okay. 这个有什么奖金吗？和这个要点一下是吧 ？Okay, I need to put down this microphone and follow the local rules. 我们起来，我要手点着，点几下呢？点3下是吧？这用哪个手指呢？这个，这样 ，1, 2, 3. It's your turn.
Ring finger. 这个 purpose. 然后喝的时候喝一口。Okay, one sip.
Another sip.
也是一小口。第3次是不喝完。
So, actually, to be honest, I've been refraining myself from drinking alcohol.
Because you're not supposed to drink. No.
Conditions, right? So maybe it's okay for us.
Well, I don't know, adapted or not, there are just some things that you must do, right? 我们下面可不可以唱歌跳舞跳起来了？
还有什么仪式吗？
Tibetan people are people of music and dance. So I'm asking the man of the house if getting the celebration started.
Yeah. So let's just join them, right?
Okay. Yeah. 跳不跳舞？你教我跳舞好不好？跳起来吗？
跳起来。
跳，来跳个舞。
I just can't.
Is this enough for tonight, monks? I mean, the steps are getting harder. I'm not following anymore. No, your turn.
Let me hold this one. Hello, everybody. Just to remind you, we are now about 30 minutes into the live streaming on CGTN platforms. And today is a huge celebration for local Tibetans. We are now in Lin village. Let me finish my line, okay? Okay. Yeah. And we're now in a local family about 30 kilometers away from Lhasa city. And this is the huge occasion marking the start of Tibetan New Year, right?
It's called the Gutor. Once again, for those of you who just tuned in, although our live streaming is about to end, but for those of you who just tuned in, today is the Gutor, is the 29th of the last month on the Tibetan calendar. And it's a day not only for driving away all the misfortunes and evils of the past year, but also about people and family getting together, enjoy great food, just chat and drink. It's a very festive occasion for Tibetan families.
So since today is the very moment heralding the start of Tibetan New Year, what's your New Year resolution?
Wow. My New Year resolution. Wow.
Something special?
Something special. Come to Tibet more? I really love it here.
So, you know what my New Year resolution is? Since I just had the Gutor, I enjoy traveling a lot. I will continue my traveling in the new year. And you are also traveling to Tibet, right? Okay. And I think while the people are now celebrating the event with the local dancing and the drinking, yeah, I think
this is where we can end our life.
yes,
and go have
yes,
some fun,
yeah.
right?
Let's just greet everybody in Tibetan way, right?
Okay, let's do that.
Ready?
我们大家一起给观众拜个年好吗？
大家好，我们一起给观众拜个年好吗？扎西德勒，好吧？好嘞，预备2、1，扎西德勒 ，Happy New Year, everybody!